Hello, my loves. I have your daily channeled message, so let's see what wants to come through. Opening up to the greater expansion that is possible for you right now is facilitated by a deep internal processing that is taking place on all energetic planes of existence taking place currently. What they're speaking to is like the physical plane, the emotional plane, the mental plane, and the energetic plane. So there's processing, there's integration, and there's up-leveling happening on all of these different and integrative planes. This is being facilitated by the idea that there is a greater number of individuals that are awakening at this time. This greater number of individuals awakening are creating a domino effect in the collective consciousness. There is a shaking up happening on a ground level. Those that have existed in more of the density for longer periods of time are starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. They are starting to see past the illusions that have been prescribed to them. They are starting to see through the illusions of the conditioning that have taken place in their lives up until this point. When they start to do this deeper investigative work, they begin to get propelled onto their highest vibrational timelines. It is through this propulsion onto their higher timelines that a greater spiritual awakening happens on a collective level. When there is this level of deep processing and integration happening on not only the higher vibrational spectrum of the human experience, but also on the lower vibrational spectrum of the human experience, for those that have existed in density for longer periods of time, for those that haven't necessarily woken up to the greater energetic unfolding. This means that there is an even higher degree of propulsion toward our highest possible destiny at this present point in time. When we get to band together within the collective consciousness, when we get to seek goals that are simultaneous with one another, when we get to experience our unity and oneness, not only within our own individualized self, but with the greater collective consciousness, we begin to see that the greater unfolding is happening exactly as it's supposed to on all levels. There must be individuals that experience the lower density vibrations for longer periods of time to experience this greater degree of awakening, where individuals that are experiencing it over a spectrum of time or over a shorter spectrum of time are able to see through the illusion faster, guiding the way for others. However, the deeper sense of contrast isn't as pertinent for these individuals. It is based on the soul's sign-up sheet, how they decided to take part in this collective awakening. All souls chose to take part in this collective awakening. There was no if, ands, or buts about that at this present point in the human incarnation. Even those that seem to be totally asleep, as you may speak to it on your planet, are doing exactly what they are supposed to be doing at this time. So give yourself the time for that deep integration, for that deep processing, for the allowance of things to come up from past, present, and future. And know that when you allow these things to come up into your field of reality, into your field of existence, that they are coming up to be processed and let go, to be released, to no longer need to be carried in your energetic blueprint, in your energetic transmission, as you transmit your energy from each moment into a future projection, or what you would understand as a future projection. Each time you release things that are no longer serving from the energy body, you are integrating and then projecting out a version of reality that is more congruent with your higher self, with the version of reality that is in alignment with your innate essence, rather than in alignment with the conditionings that you have placed upon yourself, your family has placed upon you, and your society has placed upon you throughout the course of your existences. Any last messages? Please be open to the understanding that when you exist on this new energetic wavelength, that there is nothing that can stop you, that you are able to create the reality that you wish to create. We desire to get this point across, because I'm like having a conversation with them while they're saying that. I'm like, okay, you guys are really driving this home lately. This, like, we are the creators of this reality. They're laughing. They're like, we are driving this home, as you say, because this is the next step in your energetic evolution. It is up to you to identify with the greater and higher self, the greater soul and the higher self, as this connection to those parts of you that are parts of you. They are not separate from you. They are not different versions of you. They are you. You are it. Once you identify more with that version of self, then you are able to exist in a version of reality that fills you with joy, passion, excitement, alignment, and so much more. You are destined to experience so much more than you have up until this point. Take heart in knowing that you are divinely guided and supported through all of these changes, through all of these ups and through all of these downs, regardless of what the external circumstance looks like. Each time you remain centered in your internal alignment, you are guiding yourselves toward your highest possible outcome. Know that you are part of a greater whole that exists as part of an abundant universe, and there is nothing that can change that. There is nothing that can separate you from that. You are that. It is you. That is all. Ooh, I got resonance with that last part. I love that. I love when they give a fucking chipper message like that. Chipper and Posy, you are me, I am you. We are our source / our higher selves in a body, projecting ourselves into a fucking dream version of reality. And we're dreaming this up together, so let's dream up something that's pretty cool. I love you. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.